Welcome to the bright side of 50. Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome to another episode of the bright side of 50 with Carla Palmer. What's up, y'all? I hope you're doing well. I hope you are looking forward to a wonderful week. Life has been great, but really busy for me. But I wanted to talk to you today about 10 rituals to success. And I wanted to share that because I like where I'm going with my routine, my morning routine and my bedtime routine. If you didn't know, the bedtime and the morning routine go hand in hand. You can't really be successful in one or the other if you don't look at them as two things that go together. Okay? So as I look at my vision board, I do have a vision board, and I have a vision board for inspiration. They are things that I would like to do and have and be on my vision board that I would love to come to fruition if it is in God's will for my life. Okay, let me say that again. I am not looking at my vision board and manifesting. I'm not manifesting. I can't manifest things that aren't in alignment with what God's will is for my life. So I'm going to start off by saying that I know we're in a manifestation culture, and it gets a little scary because what people are doing these days, it seems, is that they are taking matters into their own hands and saying, I can do, be, have anything I want. As long as I manifest it and say it, it's going to come to pass. It's only coming to pass if the Lord has that in his will for you. That's what I believe. That's what the word of God says. So when I'm talking about my vision board, let me clarify. It is a vision board that I created of things that I'd like to do, places I'd like to go, and things that I'd like to have. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so as I'm looking at my vision board in the mornings, it's a part of my routine, part of my ritual. I'm going to share 10 rituals to success with you. But as I'm looking at it, I'm asking myself, what are the habits of the wealthy woman on my vision board who has this beautiful, clean home with all of these beautiful elements, who speaks on stages, who travels the world, who is mentally and physically healthy, who lives in abundance and has beautiful relationships and is an amazing philanthropist? What are the habits of that person on that vision board, doing all of these things, having all of these things, being generous and kind and at peace? What are the habits and rituals of the woman on the vision board? So I started to think about how I've been living my life, and some of the things on my vision board have come to pass because it was what I desired and it was in alignment with what the Lord wanted for my life. And so some of the stuff has come to pass. But I want to talk to you about 10 rituals to success. Am I living all of the things on my vision board? No. Am I living to the fullest of what God has for me? No. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And let me tell you some of the things that I have in place that are helping me get there, that are shifting my mindset, that are, helping me determine when to say yes and when to say no, what environments to be in and what environments to keep myself out of, right? It starts with my bedtime and morning routine when it comes to these rituals for success. And of course, everything in between too. But today we're going to be talking about the bedtime and the morning routine. Let's start with the bedtime routine, okay? So before I go to bed, I have a notification on my phone that says in 30 minutes, it will be your bedtime. I try to get anywhere between 8 hours and 7 hours of sleep each night. Sometimes, unfortunately, it's 6.5. That's not good. But I try to shoot for anywhere between 8, ideally, and 7. Okay. So that notification comes on, and you can set that notification for however much in advance you would like. It could be an hour. It just depends on what you need to do for you to get into bed at the time that you said you wanted to go to bed. Okay, that will allow you to get the sleep that you said that you wanted. Okay. Number one, the notification needs to come on your phone that says, hey, little ding, ding, ding. Your bedtime is in 30 minutes. Your bedtime is in 45 minutes. Okay, whatever you put. And then you need to turn off social media. When you see that little ding that comes on, that notification that says, hey, Carla, it's time to put your phone away. You have done enough work. You have done enough social media time. You have watched enough reels. You have watched enough memes. You have been in the DMs with your girlfriends and your other friends enough times today. It's time to shut the thing down, okay? So turn off social media. That's number 2, and do a brain dump. You're turning off the social media, and then you're thinking about what is in my brain that may worry me a little bit when I lay my head down and will disrupt my ability to fall asleep as quickly as I would like. You know, because sometimes we got stress, y'all. We got stress up there. It's things that we're worried about when it comes to work. It's things that we're worried about when it comes to other personal things that we have going on, our children, sometimes it's a relationship. If you got one of those and you're worried about something there and you need to talk to somebody about something, listen, do a brain dump. Take a piece of paper or take your computer, but I'd say a piece of paper, and just jot down a few notes. It could be on a sticky note or on a legal pad. Just jot down those things that you just need to get out of your brain so that you don't forget, or things that you need to take care of the next day. Dump it out on a piece of paper and leave it there. Don't take it to bed with you. There is nothing you can do about it in the bed. Nothing. It ain't nothing. It's still going to be there tomorrow. So let it be there on your table or on your desk tomorrow. Okay, so do that brain dump. So number 3, y'all, I really like essential oils. Lavender happens to be one of the most commonly used scents to help you relax and get prepared for a really good night's sleep. Yeah, so you can have it in a sachet under your pillow. You can put some essential oil in a diffuser. You can have a lavender plant, potpourri. You can take a lavender infused shower or a nice bath before you go to bed, because it's just going to offer you this place of tranquility and peace, so you can center yourself and you can, get reinvigorated as far as your mood, and you get ready to get in that bed. Okay. And it's also said to help relieve muscle tension that builds up as a result of stress. All right. So, I mean, if it's going to help support you both mentally and physically, and, kind of like help with your physical healing and your well-being overall, get you some lavender. Okay. Get you some lavender. That's number 3, essential oils. Also, eucalyptus is great as well. So number 4, I don't know if you do this, but I've been doing this for a while. Sleep hurts. Okay. So sleep hurts, number 432 and 528. These are tones and sounds that you can just put on. They have them on Spotify, 8 hours of sleep hurts at 432 or 528. They have all these different numbers, but these two, 432 and 528, are supposed to be the stress reduction hurts. So it's supposed to reduce your cortisol levels and increase your oxytocin. And also it's believed, I don't know if it's proven, but it's believed to stimulate the DNA repair process. Pretty dope, right? So I've been doing this for a while, and I can tell you over the last few months, I've had some really good sleep. I've never been one to have chronic trouble sleeping, but I can tell you my sleep has been really good with the sleep hurts. And, for years, I've always gone to sleep to something. Sometimes it's affirmations. Sometimes it's just music, like Christian music. Sometimes it's like Bible verses. It could be anything like that. But the sleep hurts over the last few months have been amazing. Okay, so that's number 4. Get you some sleep hurts set up. I don't know if you listen to Mel Robbins. I listen to her sometimes. She curses a little bit too much for me, but I was listening to her on my walk today, and she had an episode on the $1 Million Morning. So I think she created like either a book or some kind of program called the $1 Million Morning. And it's basically what your millionaire mindset, what millionaires do in the morning. And she says, getting out of bed for yourself, not for anyone else, not hitting the snooze button. You're getting out of bed. Like, say, for example, if you have to be at work at 9 o'clock and you get up at 6 o'clock, which is what I typically do, You're getting up and you're saying, okay, what can I do for me? Not for anybody else, not for my mom, not for my sister, not for my son, not for work. What can I get out of bed and do for me? What can I do for me? It shows that I can count on myself to get up and do something for me. That's going to help build my confidence, right? This is what Mel Robbins is saying. And I totally agree with this because I've been doing it and I've been like, oh, you got this, girl. You are amazing. You're getting up and you're handling the business that you need to handle for yourself, for your inner peace and vitality. And also, for whatever I'm working on that's outside of work. I'm working on some things. Okay. So I'm getting up and I'm counting on myself to get up and building my confidence. And I'm not getting out of that bed for anyone but me. And she also said, which I think is great, and I'm still working on this a little bit, because I do hit the snooze button once, maybe sometimes twice. It depends on how much sleep I got. But she says, she has her 5-second rule. I don't know if you guys know Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. You can look it up, but you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you launch. You get up. You don't hit snooze. You get out of that bed and you go ahead and get the day started. Okay. So we're here on the morning routine. So we went 1 through 4 on the bedtime stuff. Number 5, special time to wake up. What time do you wake up? I have a special time that I like to wake up. It's a window. Sometimes I set my alarm for 5:15, sometimes 5:30, sometimes 5:45, and sometimes 6. Okay. It depends on how much sleep I need to get and what time I'm getting in the bed. My bedtime is a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Yes, I set the alarm, the notification, I see it, but sometimes I don't quite make it into the bed when I'm supposed to. So it's a work in progress. But a special time to wake up should be number 5. And then what do you do when you wake up? What do you do when you wake up? Number 6 for me is I pray. I start praying right then. If I'm tired, I need to just really get up and get to the prayer out loud, like where I'm speaking instead of a quiet, silent prayer. But I pray. I pray for myself. I'm praying in gratitude. I start off with gratitude. Lord, I thank you for all of these things, right? I name all the things that I'm grateful for. And then I start praying for the things that I would like to come to pass if it is in his will. And then I pray for my family. I pray for my friends. I pray for their children. I pray for this world, this wicked world that we live in. My prayer is not very long. It's probably like 15 minutes max for my prayer. And then number 7 is I get up and I make up my bed. You have to make your bed. I did a reel last week about making your bed. And I showed a picture of my bed, a reel of my bed, because I'm proud that I've been making my bed for the last 15 plus years. I get up, I make the bed. I do. I get up, I make the bed. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be neat and perfect. Mine is pretty neat, but it doesn't have to be like hotel perfect, but it should be made up, and it should be made up the right way. And you should feel good about that. So make up your bed, open the blinds as if you are seizing the day. I love opening up my blinds, and I'm welcoming all of the positive things that the day is going to bring me, because that is what I'm putting out. Hey world, good morning. How you doing, boo? Let's get it. Let's get it. That's what I'm saying when I open those blinds. Like, we are about to have an amazing day. And I mean it. And I have like a little water fountain kind of thing that makes this noise. A couple years ago, I got these bistro lights put on one of my balconies. And so, I turn my little bistro lights on, and I put on my little water thing. And honey, I am good to go. And then I turn on either some more Hertz or some kind of instrumental something while I journal. I do my journaling. I also do my Bible reading. Got to get the word in. And I've really been getting up excited about reading my Bible. Right? And so, number 8 is, what am I reading or what am I listening to? I haven't gone on social media yet. I'm working on that too, because sometimes I do go on social media. I ain't gonna sit here in front. Sometimes I do click on social media for a minute, but I quickly get off. But I'm trying not to get on at all until later on in the late morning. Okay. So, don't let social media have any of your time for yourself, where you're working on things for yourself, where you're getting centered and focused. All right. Don't let social media interfere with that. I'm talking to myself too here. So I'm not preaching to you on that. So I'm journaling, and my journals, my journal entries are affirmations. They are also things that I'd like to come to pass. They are also some things that are in alignment with what's on my vision board. Again, always keeping God at the center and understanding that all of those things may not come to pass because that may not be what God has for me, but it's something that I would like. And also in my journal entry, I'm saying affirmations that are in line with the 9 fruit of the Spirit. Okay. The 9 fruit of the Spirit. That is how I want to live my life. That is how I want to operate in the world and present myself to others. And so I'm saying all of those things, right? I'm kind, I'm loving, I'm full of joy. I'm faithful, I'm patient, like all of those things that I want to exude is what I'm writing about. Okay, so we are on number 9. Also, what I wanted to say one more time about number 8, trying not to get on social media. When you're putting on your music, right? What are you reading? What are you listening to? Maybe it's a podcast. Maybe it's some music. Put on something that's going to lift your spirit. Okay. Don't put on music with negative energy and hatred. Like, don't put that on. Don't put anything sexual on. Put on something positive. For me, it's gospel music. For you, it might not be gospel music. Maybe you're not a Christian, but what is it that makes you happy? Hopefully it's not something super sexual or misogynistic. What is it that makes you feel good? Put that on. And also, don't go on social media looking through negative memes and gossiping with your friends in the DMs. Listen, I have done all of this. So again, I'm not preaching, but let's try to stay away from that because it's very, very negative and it is interrupting what we are trying to do with our lives. Okay. Number 8 and number 9, they were kind of combined. What are you reading? What are you listening to? Number 9 was, are you journaling? What are you telling yourself? Number 10, give yourself time to go for a 15-minute walk. Give yourself time to go outside. Okay. Take it all in. You've already greeted the day, opening up those blinds and saying, hey, boo, hey. But now go outside and give the outside a big old hug. Let it hug on you. Let it love on you. Even if it's raining, grab your umbrella and get on out there. It's beautiful outside. And it's just going to elevate your spirit even more when you can go outside. So give yourself time to go for a 15-minute walk. Ideally, you could go for like a 30-minute power walk if you have the time. But give yourself some time to go for a walk. Number 11, come back, shower, and get fully dressed. A lot of us work from home. Since the pandemic, some people didn't go back to the office because they found out that, hey, I can cut down on some of this overhead if I allow my staff to work from home. So my company organization was one of the places that did that. So we didn't go back to the office. The only time I go in the office is maybe 4 times a month to do certain things, whether I have to go and sign checks or whether I have to, have a meeting, a one-on-one, or a meeting with my team, or get some things together for an event. Like, those are the only times that I go in the office. And sometimes we have leadership meetings in the office, but those are not on a regular basis. It's oftentimes over Zoom. And so you could not get fully dressed. You could just dress up the top and not get dressed at the bottom. But I say get fully dressed, right? And ready to really get your work in when the day starts. Okay. So number 12, I said we had 10, but it looks like I have 12 here. Number 12, add some plants to your home. Now, I say this because plants help you to create a retreat kind of vibe to your place, your atmosphere. It allows you to, get some purified air. It helps to purify the air. Those house plants do help remove the toxins. And specifically ZZ plants, pothos, and snake plants help to clean the air and refresh. So look into getting a couple of those. I have gone above and beyond with my plant purchases, and I can't buy another plant. Okay, I don't need to buy another plant. I've got about 25. Honestly, I've got about 25 house plants, and then if I count the plants on my balcony, that probably puts me at like 32 plants. Y'all, let me tell you something. On Saturdays, it could take me like 2 hours to water my plants, to check the meter, the moisture meter, to wipe down the leaves, to reposition some of them because maybe they acting funny because they don't like the way I've positioned them by the window or whatever. Like, it takes a long time for me to do this with these plants. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? I originally started getting more and more plants because my son, he moved out, and I'm like, okay, I'm really like an empty nester. I need something else to take care of. I need something else living in this space with me. And now I've gone overboard. I don't regret it. But it does take some time. It is very time consuming to take care of those plants and to keep them alive, because they don't all need the same level of care. They all have different things that they need at different times of the month or the week. And it's like, you got to figure it out. And so hopefully, like, over time, I start to learn my plants a lot better, and I get more efficient and effective with doing what each of them needs me to do to stay alive. So that's the hope there. But add some plants to your home. I'm telling you, you're going to feel amazing. I mean, since I've gotten all these plants, I've wanted to be home more and more, because it's not a lonely place. It's actually quite lovely to have all these plants in my bedroom. I have a little Zen room where I have all these plants in there. I do my reading in there. I do my prayer in there sometimes. Just sitting and thinking and getting ideas in that room. It's just nice to have plants all over the house. It's a beautiful thing, but don't get all them plants if you can't take care of all of them, because it is work. It is a chore. But it's a labor of love for me. Anyway, those were the 12 rituals to success. I know I said 10 at the beginning, but we had 12. And I know it's kind of all over the place, but hopefully you took some notes and got an idea of what I was really trying to get across. The bedtime and the morning rituals matter. They go hand in hand. And so create them and exercise them on a regular basis, and you'll get better and better as time goes on. You will, I promise you. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I love spending time with you. You will be seeing my face again soon. For those of you who don't know, I am a director of development. So I do fund development for a nonprofit organization, and also some consulting work for new nonprofits. And it's gala season, and your girl is out there. I'm trying to raise this money for the gala, and I am busy. And so sometimes I just can't get myself together to get on camera. But y'all know I love you, and you will be seeing me soon. Y'all know what I look like, maybe before the end of the year. All right, guys, I will see you later. I will see you on the next episode of The Bright Side of 50 with Carla Palmer. Take care.